Marietta College. $1,200 of your closest friends across 100 acres. This is home.
Coming up on WCMO NewsCenter 15, supplies rush to communities isolated by Helene as death toll passes 100.
And a U.S. port strike by 45,000 dock workers is all but certain to begin at midnight.
We'll also find out if the rain continues. Stay with us. WCMO NewsCenter 15 starts now. Hello, and welcome to today's edition of WCMO NewsCenter 15. I'm Lee.
And I'm Declan, topping our news today.
In Asheville, North Carolina, desperate residents isolated by washed-out roads and lack of power and cellular device in western North Carolina lined up for fresh water Monday, days after the Hurricane Helene ripped through the southeastern United States and killed more than 100 people. Government officials and aid groups were working to bring basic supplies by airlift and truck to the hard-hit tourism hub of Asheville and surrounding mountain town. At least 120 people in 6 states were killed as the death toll climbed Monday and a clear picture emerged of the devastation stretching from Florida's Gulf Coast of the Appalachian Mountains in Virginia. The North Carolina county that includes Asheville reported at least 35 people killed. Georgia's death count was raised Monday from 17 to 25.
In New York, the union representing United States dock workers have signaled 45,000 members will walk off the job at midnight, kicking off a massive strike likely to shut down ports across the east and Gulf coasts. The coming up work stoppage threatens the nation's supply chain, potentially leading to higher prices and delays for households and businesses if it drags on for weeks. That's because the strike by members of the International Longshoremen's Association could cause 36 ports, which handles roughly half the goods shipped into and out of the United States, to shutter operations. The ILA confirmed over the weekend that its members would hit the picket lines at midnight tonight. In a Monday update, the union continued to blame the United States Maritime Alliance, which represents the ports, for continuing to block the path towards an agreement before the contract deadline.
Sending our thoughts with people down south as they recover from Hurricane Helene.
That's right. If you want to donate to efforts, go to charitynavigated.org.
Landon is here with the current conditions. What's going on outside right now, Landon?
Well, we are just dealing with the last of the rain that we've had this past weekend this morning. And after that, things are going to be warming up a little bit today with mostly cloudy conditions and a high of 67. We've got moderate UV index reading of 5, excellent air quality, and a low pollen count of 0.5. The winds are going to be running in no particular direction at roughly 1 mile per hour. Humidity is roughly 93%, again, thanks to the leftover weekend rain. The sun rose about 7:22 this morning and looks like it'll be setting about 7 after 7 this evening. So as September has become October, we had a bit of a wet and rainy weekend, and with that came cooler temperatures. But as we continue on through the rest of the week, as October kicks into full gear, things will be warming up a little bit as we get closer and closer to the next weekend. How much warmer? We'll talk more about that when I return later on for the 5-day forecast. But until then, back to you guys at the desk.
Early data shows that crime dropped in the first 6 months of 2024. According to the FBI, murders fell 23%, assault dropped by 18%, and violent crimes fell 10% compared to the first 6 months of 2023. Among crimes, aggravated assault, robbery, and property crime also went down. It is important to note that the data comes voluntarily from agencies and that thousands did not submit any data.
Today is the 7th anniversary of the Las Vegas massacre that killed 58 and injured over 500. Since the shooting, 2 more victims have passed from their injuries. Stephen Paddock released fire from a window at the Mandalay Bay Resort and Casino and then turned the gun on himself. Investigators have been trying to determine a motive since the attack. The FBI released documents that showed that Paddock may have fostered anger over how the casinos treated him.
Coming up, a man hikes 11 miles and 2,200 feet high to reach his parents in North Carolina.
And a Georgian judge struck down the state's abortion law.
Stay with us.
At Marietta College, teamwork goes beyond athletics. At Marietta, we promote individuality, creativity, and resilience. Whoever you are, wherever you're from, we are Pio Nation. This is the time, this is the place. We are pioneers. We are Marietta College.
Hey, this is Kevin Love from the Cleveland Cavaliers. Right now, many of us feel anxious. Mindfulness can help you ease those feelings. My nonprofit is partnering with Headspace to offer free content to help you stress less. Head to kevinlovefund.org/headspace.
Here's to the straggly ones, the first ones. Hey, I look good with this ones. The black, brown, red, and gray ones. The itchy ones. The ones grown by Dad. The ones grown for Dad. The I nearly didn't do it this year ones, and the absolutely filthy ones. They all raise awareness, raise funds, start conversations, and save lives. Because whatever you grow will save a bro. Learn more at Movember.com.
On Saturday morning, he got in his vehicle and started driving toward their home, nestled in a mountain between Spruce, Pine, and Little Switzerland. To find them, my parents live in an absolute gem of the North Carolina mountains, Perkins said in a post about his experience. The area is about an hour's drive from Asheville. Under normal circumstances, it's pleasantly very isolated, he added. Helene flooding strands hundreds of North Carolina residents as storm death toll reaches 93. Governor Roy Cooper calls it one of the worst storms in modern history. While supplies have been deployed, at least 280 roads are still closed throughout the state, making it hard for officials to get them into areas in need, Cooper said. When he realized how many roads were cut off, Perkins said, he left his vehicle near a closed highway at the bottom of the mountain and started hiking to his parents' home.
Yesterday, a Georgian judge struck down the state's abortion law, allowing abortions to resume beyond 6 weeks into pregnancy. Fulton County Superior Court Judge Robert McBurney wrote in his order that liberty in Georgia includes in its bundle of rights the power of a woman to control her own body and to reject state interference with healthcare choices. If it stands, the Georgia ruling could open up new avenues to access abortion, not only for residents of the state, but for people in nearby states.
Hurricane Helene has claimed at least 121 deaths in the southeastern United States, and that number will more than likely rise as the cleanup continues. Devastation hit tourist town Asheville, North Carolina, by claiming at least 35 lives. The town has been isolated by washed-out roads and no electricity. Government officials and aid groups are working to supply basic needs to Asheville and its surrounding mountain towns by air, trucks, and even mules.
The Marietta Police Department is asking for your help. Early Saturday morning around 1 a.m., Marietta police were called to assist a male who required medical attention. During this time, numerous shots were heard in the downtown area. A female bystander was found sitting outside the locker room sports bar after being shot in the face. Investigators have determined 4 people were firing weapons in Advanced Auto Parts parking lot on Green Street. Any information regarding this incident, please call 740-376-2007 or use Tip Us Off on the City of Marietta website.
John Ashton, Beverly Hills cop actor dies at 76.
Streaming service Spotify is back after a temporary outage.
And what does Mother Nature have in store for us? Stay tuned for the 5-day forecast after the break.
When kids need medical care, they face life-changing experiences. They miss out on the things that make being a kid fun. Starlight Children's Foundation programs entertain and inspire hospitalized kids. Learn more at starlight.org.
There's a place for everyone at Marietta College. Our place is here as esports competitors. This is Marietta College Esports.
John Ashton, the veteran character actor who memorably played gruff but lovable police detective John Taggart in the Beverly Hills Cop films, has died at age 76. Ashton died Thursday in Fort Collins, Colorado. His family announced in a statement released by Ashton's manager, Alan Summers, on Sunday. No cause of death was immediately available. In a career that spanned more than 50 years, Ashton was a regular face across TV series and films including Midnight Run, Little Big League, and Gone Baby Gone.
Streaming service Spotify is back after a temporary outage. The music streaming service Spotify was down temporarily on Sunday, leaving thousands of listeners without access to music and podcasts. More than 40,000 people reported outages with the music platform on downdetector.com, a website that allows users to report problems with popular apps and services. Spotify wrote on Sunday afternoon that they are aware of their issues and are checking them out. About an hour later, the streaming service posted that everything was looking much better. The app appeared to be working normally.
NASA astronauts welcome a SpaceX capsule that will bring them home next year. The two astronauts stuck at the International Space Station since June welcomed their ride home with Sunday's arrival of a SpaceX capsule. SpaceX launched the rescue mission on Saturday with a downsized crew of 2 astronauts and 2 empty seats reserved for Butch Wilmore and Sonny Williams, who will return next year. The Dragon capsule docked in darkness as the 2 crafts soared 265 miles above Botswana. If you think you're striking up an online relationship with a world-famous actor, you might want to think again.
And guess what Kristen Bell and Adam Brody fans have to say about their new series, Nobody Wants This?
Landon has that and more in today's Hollywood Minute.
Well, I've got some bad news for Brad Pitt lovers out there. Spanish authorities say they've arrested 5 people who posed online as him and scammed women out of more than $35,000. The scammers allegedly contacted the women through a fan page, exchanged private messages with them, and encouraged them to invest in non-existent projects. Pitt's publicist reminds fans the actor is not online and does not have a social media account. In better news, Kristen Bell and Adam Brody are an unlikely couple in the upcoming rom-com series Nobody Wants This. It follows the unconventional love story of Bell's character, a podcaster named Joanne, who unexpectedly falls for charming Rabbi Noah, played by Brody, and fans praise the series for having the best first kiss scene in years. Nobody Wants This is now streaming on Netflix. Well, that's all I've got in the world of Hollywood. I'm Landon Santini. Back to you guys at the desk.
Thanks, Landon. The rain is not stopping.
It's good. Make the grass greener.
It's really affecting my mood, though. I'm not happy.
Really?
Yes.
That's not good.
I hate going to class with wet hair. Well, Landon is here today with the details. Landon, what can we expect from Mother Nature for the rest of this week?
Well, you can thankfully expect to have a much better mood going into the rest of the week, because we're going to be getting a bit of a reprieve from the rain. As you can see, we've got another bout of it coming from the southern Canadian border up from the Great Lakes through Lake Erie, but it'll pass our area of Ohio and just kind of graze the northern border of Ohio. The rain spout we just had this past weekend over the last few days has now moved away from our area and has now moved into our neighboring states of West Virginia, Virginia, Pennsylvania, Maryland, and Washington, D.C. We just had a few light sprinkles around this morning, but that's about it in terms of precipitation, because going into the 5-day forecast, you'll see that along with the dissipation of the rain, temperatures will kind of start warming up as we go through the rest of the week. With tomorrow, Wednesday, with an expected high of 75, partly sunny conditions. Some clouds rolling in on Thursday with an expected high of 79. The weekend will officially begin on Friday with an expected high of 83 and partly sunny conditions, the warmest it's been since last week, since about 2 weeks ago when the summer season officially ended. Temperatures will stabilize going into Saturday with an expected high of 80 and sunny conditions. Continuing on into Sunday, for the churchgoers, temps will climb to about 82 with more sunny conditions. So, yeah, as we've now officially begun the month of October, fall is in full swing in terms of that. But it looks like for the first full weekend of October, we're going to be having the last of the September weather sticking around for just a little bit longer. Things might be cooling down in the next few weeks, but time will tell. Well, hope you'll join us for an update from the world of sports. Until then, back to you guys at the desk.
Thank you, Landon. When we come back, Andrew will join us with an update from the world of sports.
See you in a few.
James Brown and Bill Cowher welcoming you back to the Midnight Snack Run.
This is one tricky obstacle course.
He's reaching, but he pushes it away. He's approaching a plate of iced cookies. He blows right by him.
Oh, the fridge.
Looks like he's headed for the soda. Wait, he jukes left, grabs the water bottle.
Now he's just got to get out of there.
Look what dropped from the sky.
Don't do it, Dennis. That's the way you execute a Midnight Snack Run.
Stand Up to Cancer and Rally want you to reduce your risk for cancer.
Go to takeahealthystand.org.
Did you know that over 700 kids enter the foster care system every day?
700?
700.
Just talking about foster care can help foster care.
Okay, let's try this.
Donate your small talk.
And now we're back with Andrew for a look at sports.
What's been happening in the world of sports?
I can give you the rundown now. Marietta College rushed for nearly 400 yards as the Pioneers easily defeated Capital University by a score of 54-10 on Saturday afternoon. With this Marietta win, that moves them to 3-0 on the year, and Capital falls to 0-3 on the year. Vontae Hodges rushed for 220 yards and 2 touchdowns. Taz Morris rushed for 128 yards as well as a touchdown for the Pioneers. Connor Veerstra completed 15 of 20 passes for 178 yards and 2 touchdowns. Marietta is tasked with a home matchup next Saturday when Ohio Northern University comes to visit the Don Drum Stadium for a 3 p.m. kickoff. 4 months after dropping 11 games under 500, the New York Mets earned a playoff berth a day after the regular season was supposed to end. With an 8-7 win over the Atlanta Braves, which was the one of two. With an 8-7 win over the Atlanta Braves in the opener of a makeup doubleheader on Monday behind Francisco Lindor's 9th-inning homer, the Mets advanced to a best-of-3 NL wild card series, which starts Tuesday either at Milwaukee or San Diego. If New York wins the second game in the doubleheader, they would play San Diego. If the Mets lose the nightcap, they would go and play at Milwaukee. Pete Rose, baseball's career hits leader and fallen idol, who undermined his historic achievements and Hall of Fame dreams by gambling on the game he loved and once embodied, has died. He was 83 years old. Stephanie Wheatley, a spokesperson for Clark County in Nevada, confirmed on behalf of the medical examiner's office that Rose died Monday. Wheatley said the cause of death had not yet been determined. Over the weekend, he had appeared at an autograph show in Nashville with former Reds teammates Tony Perez, George Foster, and Dave Concepcion. Reds owner Bob Castellini said in a statement that we must never forget what he accomplished. Lastly, the San Francisco Giants have recently hired former Giants catcher Buster Posey as their new president of baseball operations. Buster entered his new role with the team yesterday as the former president Farhan Zadi was fired from his position. Posey carries with him an accomplished baseball career, including being a 7-time All-Star, carrying a .302 batting average, and being San Francisco's 5th overall draft pick in the 2008 Amateurs draft, coming from his alma mater of Florida State. State Chairman Greg Johnson was quoted in his statement regarding the hire as, "We are looking for someone who can define, direct, and lead the franchise's baseball philosophy, and we feel that Buster is the perfect fit." That's all I have for you in sports today. I'm Andrew Shashinsky. Back to you guys at the desk.
Thanks, Andrew. And back at the desk with us is Landon for our last look at the forecast.
In a quick summary, things are going to be warming up over the rest of the week and going into the first full week of October, with temps going up to the lower 80s. So we're going to be getting a bit of a reprieve from the rain we've been having the last few days. So hopefully you'll be in much better spirits going into the rest of the week. Yes. But in more immediate news, there's something going on in the community of Marietta tomorrow evening that you all out there can possibly be a part of to help contribute to our community. And what is that?
Yes. On Wednesday, October 2nd, 2024, there will be an open to the public candidate forum at Marietta College McDonough Auditorium. Their attendees may submit questions on note cards about the forum. The races that are represented are the U.S. House of Representatives District 6, Ohio Senate District 30, Ohio House of Representatives District 94, and Washington County Recorder. There will also be issue information, a Zoom presentation on Ohio Issue 1. Declan, you're going to be there. What are you expecting to do?
I'm excited. I'm excited to listen to people. I'm excited to hear what they got to say, and I'm excited to exercise my right to vote. You guys going to vote?
Yes.
Almost definitely.
That's good. Make sure to vote out there as well.
Yes. Thanks. That's all the time we have for today. For all of us here at WCMO NewsCenter 15, Marietta College Broadcasting, thanks again for joining us. You can catch us Tuesdays and Thursdays at 12:30 and 6:30 during most weeks of the semester. Or you can search for the WCMO Television on YouTube.com. See you next time. We hope you have a nice day.
The final shopping camera one is something I'm...
Meet Candace. This senior basketball player loves to spend time hanging out before class with her best friend and education major Shelby. Shelby knows the best